Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about the workout, resistance training, something that you have to be doing. As you age, it's more important. Woman, male, doesn't matter what you are, you need to be training. All right? We know the why. Longevity, bone density, muscle mass, strength for when you get older, you can pick yourself up the floor. It basically is an indicator of how long and how well we will live. So it's a must. Okay, so my own story. I'm not the usual person. I was in sports my whole life since I was young. Running, swimming, bicycling. I was doing windsurfing. I was doing, you name it, water skiing, all the water sports. And really, I started at 16. I went to gym, met the owner of the gym, who's a great guy, Robert Rose. And he took me under his wing, him and his wife, Donna, and showed me the ropes. And it was the system. Back then, it was Arnold time. And they actually took a course and went to see Frank Zane in California and came back and taught me the Frank Zane method. And that was what, 44 years ago? I've been training for 44 years. More intense, less intense, depending on the workflow, what's going on in my life, what's going on with my careers, my different careers. But I've always stayed consistent. I've always touched back on it. And why? Is because I always knew that I would be better in sports if I was snowboarding, if I was cycling, if anything that I was doing. This just made me better. It made me have more padding, falling, whatever. I would ride sport bikes and stuff. I took a couple of spills and walked away. Don't get injured that easily. It helps in all aspects, okay? And now really with health, that's what we're going for, longevity, being able to stand up and everything. So when we focus on training, the basis is do strength training 3 times a week. If you're starting out, really look at doing free weights. And the reason is I want to have you learn the basics. I want you to use all the recruitment muscles for your core. I need you to have balance. I need you to be able to do the mind-body connection, mind-muscle connection. Really focus on the muscle, be able to contract it at will. The specific muscle you're looking at, it helps with working out. It helps knowing your body better. And the 3-day workout could mean 1 upper body day, 2 leg days, depending on what you need more, or 2 upper body days and then 1 leg day. You can do a push-pull. And then move it up to 4 days and 5 days with whatever you're comfortable with. But I think you need to make it enjoyable, make it fun, explore, do some athletic work also, some balance work, balance with weights. And there's so many different things you can do in the gym, but you still need your base, okay? So your base is where you're gonna build your strength, it's where you're gonna build your muscle hypertrophy, and it's critical for women and men. And as we get older, we need more of this, okay? Then we need to do long distance running or jogging or whatever. And if you like that, do it, that's fine, but make sure you're balancing it off with weight training on the other side. If you're just starting out and you're saying, okay, what's the best thing I can do? Do this. Then once, twice a week, do HIITs or high intensity interval trainings. You can do sprints twice a week and it doesn't take much time. So you're sprinting full out, 30 seconds and with a good warm up and everything. And like I said, again, before we start, we're warming up. Okay, we're doing abs most of the time. So it's like we'll do 3 times a week, we'll do our abs minimum. We'll do a routine, an ab routine that really works well. And try to, as minimum as possible, recruit the big spinal muscles. So you really want to focus on the abs. And I have a video on that, so you can look at that, how we focus on the abs and not the big muscles that are underneath that basically pull your hips up. Or your legs, your femurs up. Move away from there and look at weight training. So what I want you to be doing is I want you to be doing everything you see me do. I'll do 3 to 4 sets. I'll do the reps are between 8 and 15. And the reps really, as long as you're above 5, you're fine. As long as you're below 25, you're good, or 30, it's fine. You can play with that, and you can have supersets sometimes. You can train with other people. I also believe on the big picture side of things, after training a couple of months, you need to change your complete schedule because your body adapts, your body knows what you're going to do, and there's less adaptation happening. So to adapt, you need to throw it off balance again. And this also helps. So you need to change your trainings, change what you do as a training, but this will develop and you can find people in the gym. You can look on YouTube and there's tons of information on that, tons of examples on that. So I don't want to go through that. The important thing is I want you motivated. I want you in the gym. One of the good things about the gym is when you're working out, you can actually see the change that will be coming. So as your muscle fills with blood and it swells up a little bit and it looks more toned while you're training, you can say, okay, that's where I'm going to. So you're getting a little preview, which is nice. I think the way you look, no matter how much you train, the way you look is going to depend on how you eat. So nutrition needs to be a big part of it. You need to be losing weight. And we know we need to lose weight for health. Okay, so we need to be at a good fat percentage, muscle to fat percentage. And so we need to look at that. We need to really look at the weight we have and drop that. And once you drop the weight, it'll pop. You start looking, you see some abs coming, your arms look better, your legs look fabulous. That's just dropping weight. You don't want to go too radical with that, but you want to, drop it enough. And you'll be much healthier. So these are the basic things that you need to do. I did a lot of my training without protein powder even. I never went on a steroid cycle, just to be clear. Never took steroids, ever, in the 40 years. What I'm doing now, as I'm 59, I'm doing testosterone replacement therapy. Just started it last year for the first time. That's about it. The rest is vitamins. And you see my vitamin stack. I started doing a little bit of growth hormone, tiny bit, microdosing everything. So just to keep my lab values as good as possible. So I reduce my muscle loss. I keep what I have. I know that I'm more vital, just everything, all the symptoms that come with it, all the benefits that come with it, and really keeping my health as high as possible. That's it. Not much to say. I went over the vitamin stack that you can take. I actually take less than that because I'm so lazy. There's been years where I haven't. I've developed my own line of vitamins in the US. This was years and years ago. And I found out it was going to be too expensive to sell. People weren't ready for it. And because I wanted high quality. And now people are more ready for it. So you're seeing products like AG1 and different other products that are a higher price point, but that are really good and good. And what you want to do with that is just be able to cover your bases. That's all there is. And then I go on the stack, I'll go, listen, these are critical. Okay, vitamin D is critical, K2 is critical, omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil is critical. So there's some stuff that's critical that you need to supplement. Okay, I think as we age, creatine becomes critical. We need to do that too. But go to that episode where I talk about that. Let's go back to the gym. The gym needs to be fun. You need to find a gym that fits with you, where you can feel that the energy is more serious. And I've been to gyms all over the world, literally all over the world. Asia, Africa, Europe, the United States, everywhere. What you wanna find is a gym that has a good energy, where people are training, are a little bit more serious. And in the beginning, that could be intimidating, but you work up to it. If you go to too much of an executive gym, you're gonna have bad examples of how to train. The trainers are usually not as highly motivated because their clientele is different. They just want to be in there and do some stuff on the treadmill and some simple stuff with maybe a lot of machine work. So go to something that's a little bit like out of your comfort zone. Then if you want to find a training partner, look for someone that kind of is in your weight range or has your intensity or has more than your intensity. Look to partner up with someone like that if you're going to do that. With your trainers, look at who they're training. Because one of the things I want you to be doing is not focusing on cardio too much in the gym. You could do it afterwards. You can do zone 2 cardio and then you're sprinting outside and all stuff. But in the gym, I really want you to be focusing on using your energy and that initial burst of energy and initial burst of hormones that drops when you start working out on resistance training, really doing the work and doing the work well. So good posture, good movements, basic stuff. And this goes for men and women. That's what I want you to look for. And go in, don't stay, don't hang around, just do an hour, in and out, boom. If you're doing 3-day schedule, if you're doing 5-day schedule, 4-day schedule, in and out. And then make sure that you're doing the other stuff on the outside. You can also do it in the gym if you specifically want to do treadmill, do it after your workout. Get on the treadmill, do your zone 2, or do your sprints, whatever you want to do after. Don't exhaust pre-strength training. I want you to push yourself on strength training. I need you to, one of the things that you need to be doing when you're strength training is every time you do upper body, I want you to really warm up your rotator cuffs. And that means doing elastic work. And the elastic work I've shown, it's this movement, it's all rotation, right? This movement out, this movement in, this movement where you go up and then down. And you can find it on the workout videos. So I want you to be doing that before you do, because your shoulder moves in the most degrees of any other joint, right? So it's more unstable than any other joint and it gets injured more than any other joint. Okay, so I really want those rotator cuffs warmed up. And it's not your delts. So you have your deltoid muscle, anterior, medial, and lateral, posterior delts. Those are not your rotator cuffs. Your rotator cuffs are what kind of holds your shoulder in place, holds it in its position. And they're smaller, they're on the inside, muscles that do that. And they are, as you can say, rotator cuffs. They get activated with this rotating motion. So from here to here, from here to here, and internally. So you need to warm that up and warm it up with elastic, not with weights. And that's it. And then get to work. Stay motivated. Look at yourself. See how positive you are. Also, the great benefits of doing this resistance training mentally, physically, everything changes. Even your skin. We have seen in studies that where they compared distance runners and people that are doing cardio compared to weight training. And what we're getting is the difference in skin. Your skin actually changes, facial skin. And with weight training, you get thicker, plumper skin than compared to distance. So even skin benefits outweigh that of doing distance work. And really, we talked about visceral fat and keeping that as low as possible because it's the most dangerous fat, and that is with hits, sprinting, and also with weight training. But with the hits and sprinting, that's where you're going to get that most results. So I need you to incorporate all that. So go out there and train. Have fun. And know that you're just going to be better for everyone. For yourself, for your community, for your kids, for their kids. You're going to be able to lift them as you get older. If you fall, you're able to get up. This is what we want. For you to get up. For you to be able to cross the street. Get your own groceries. Get up a flight of stairs. You're coming in an airplane and, you need to get down or up the stairs because they don't have a facility for that. I want you to do that at any age. 90-year-old athlete. Here we go. Thank you. Keep following. Subscribe. Ring the bell notification. Invite your friends. All right? We got so much to talk about. Take care. See you soon.